Hey everyone, and Merry Christmas Eve. I hope that you're doing well. It is December 24th. I am Wendy Pope with Read Through the Word and joining you today as we are looking at feelings. And I remember, oh my goodness, back in the 90s, and it seemed like the 90s were just like last decade, but they were not. Talk show hosts, even late 80s, talk show hosts began having an open platform about feelings and how important it is to talk about our feelings. And there's books written, there are podcasts written, there's still shows about feelings and talking about them, and I talk about them and how important it is to get them out and for them not to grow roots because they'll make us feel bitter and feel shameful and all of those things. While all of those things are true, we don't want to lose the concept and the context of what John is talking about here. He is talking about the totality of 1 John is about God's love, about what God did for us, about warnings to the Christians not to fall for false teachings, who were being threatened by false teachers, who were saying that Jesus wasn't raised from the dead, and they were questioning. They had feelings about all of this, which led to them questioning their faith and their eternal salvation, and whether this whole faith thing was authentic. And his letter is to assure them, first warn them, show them what they need to look for to identify these false teachers, but to assure them of their faith, that they are forgiven, that God does love them, and that no matter what you're feeling in the moment, God is greater than that. And what He did for you, He's saying, is greater than that. And it's a message that we really need to bury deep down inside, because there are the same false teachers, same type of false teachers, false teaching in literature, in Christian literature, in almost Christian literature, that's right on two wheels coming around a turn, that's just barely Christian literature, works-based, performance-based, giving allegiance to an earthly person rather than all of our allegiance to God. All of that is out there. And our right standing with God is important. And we've got to be assured of that, or we're going to be led astray and be questioning ourselves. Wait a minute, I'm not feeling very saved today. There are many days I don't feel saved. I'm glad that I am. There are many days that I feel like I out-sin my assurance of faith. But I know that's not true. Because I'm free. I'm forgiven. I'm full of God's Spirit. And I am who God says that I am. I love John Gill here. I think I quoted him the other day. God is greater than our heart. Depending on your translation, in fact, it's even more closely translated to the original using the word heart rather than feelings. God is greater than our heart, for He is the maker of it. And He has the power over it and the management of it. It is in His hands and to be turned by Him as he pleases. And he is the searcher and the trier of it. And besides, he is a swifter witness than our conscience and superior judge over it. I just loved that. So God is greater means, what he did for us, the assurance that we have of that is greater than, and it trumps our feeling of shame, of doubt, of inadequacy, of condemnation. It trumps all of those things. And we have to walk in the confidence of that assurance so that we build a firm foundation that's true and authentic, that our worth is based on what God did, what God said, who God says I am, rather than how I feel. Because feelings are fickle and they're going to change at any moment because we are flesh. And we can be easily swayed in a moment. I shared with you just some verses or some points here, an encouragement on how to walk with this and how to build this confidence. Because I'm not saying this is easy. It's not. This is something that takes work and discipline. But I put various translations of Romans 8:1. So there is no condemnation for those who belong to Christ Jesus. And I put the New Living, and I put the Amplified, and I even put a translation or a variation called Easy English. So what we want to do to walk victorious in this assurance is to pick a translation that we like. Pronounce it. This is the writer in me, y'all. I couldn't help it. Pronounce it to the enemy out loud and play it on repeat until it takes root. And don't go, well, I can't memorize that. Then just memorize it as best you can. Make your own paraphrase. But get the gist of it. I am not condemned because I belong to Christ. There you go. Make it a breath prayer. I am not condemned because I belong to Christ. I am not condemned because I belong to Christ. So pick your translation or make a variation, a paraphrase. Say it out loud to the enemy and play it on repeat until it takes root in your heart. And walk victorious in the assurance that no matter what you did, what you're doing, or what you will do, is going to rip your salvation from you, because you cannot be ripped from the hand that was scarred to save you. Take care. I'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.